Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. This is Victoria and this is your daily energy check. As we are fast approaching the 1010 portal, you know I love doing the special edition readings on the occasion of the portal. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about 1010. It's a fun one, you know, we are getting close to the 1111, which is the ultimate twin flame portal. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot going on in November. Generally speaking, there will be lots of milestones and there will be new opportunities for the twins to connect to. There will be a window of opportunity for the union, all of these wonderful things. But this month we talk about, if anything, to me 1111 is like the ascended fresh start, you know, like we're starting new again, but not from zero, not from square one, right? Because we've already learned so much, we've already been through so much together and separately, right? And we can get into that next level where we can live pretty much a different life. But this portal is more about completion. If you look at the minor arcana, it's pretty clear. The 10s in the tarot deck are basically the finish line, right, for each of the suit. And it's not always that jolly and sunny and happy for in each case, but you know, like I like to point out from time to time that the events that happen to us are neutral. Karmic rebalancing is neutral, right? It's the connotation of being a negative or a positive event is what we assign to it. The most important part to capture around 10s is the completion, is the wrapping it up and tie it with a bow on something old, an old cycle. And sometimes it means that we never want to go back to that, or even, you know, I don't know, talk to that person, work at that job, whatever. But sometimes it also means that, okay, this was a great stepping stone. Now I know that this is what's next, right? And that's basically the key goal of it, to help us close out certain things that we don't want to keep dragging with us as is, right? We're ready for something new. If we look at the major arcana, number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's also, to me, it's a consolation, I guess, that the universe is co-creating with you, right? That there is the fortune, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is turning, it's at play. And the universe is the divine, whatever you believe in, is helping you change your life into the direction that you want, into the direction that's for your highest good. And ultimately, if we're talking about twin flame connection towards union, towards connection with your divine counterpart. So what I want to do first is I'll pull a message out of the ancestor deck. We'll get a message of guidance for each of the twins. And then, you know, I usually do the 3-question reading. We still will stick with that, but today will be different questions, of course. First question will be, what are we completing, each of the twins? What are we completing with this portal? What are the themes? So, because some people sometimes, if I'm talking like I just did in the intro, they'll be like, I don't really know what she's talking about, right? Because it's not always super obvious. But it's not just about the big things, right? Maybe you're completing, I don't know, learning a new skill, right? Or, you know, even with a relationship, it's not always as obvious because maybe you're not breaking up with the person, right? But you two are moving on into a different level of connection. And it could be a more intimate connection, right? Not necessarily, you know, breaking up. So it depends, but this will give you more information. The second question is going to be, what's on the other side? What is that new phase that's opening up, or what is the universe helping us build, right? What's on the other side of the portal, and the outcome, if you wish. And the third question would be, what does this mean, does this portal mean for the connection specifically, again, for each of the twin collectives. So let's see how that goes. Please don't forget, we already have a card for Divine Feminine. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, share it, comment, do everything, especially for readings like that, because they are about this important energetic milestones, and we want to get the word out that this is important. This is where maybe you will need to use a little more discernment or more awareness, or you know, maybe up on your mindfulness practices, right? So you don't miss the important messages and you make use of this cosmic energies, you know, for your benefit in a good way. So feminines, your guidance is from the Fire Guardian, Ignite Your Passions. I will read the book. Obviously this is about the fire element. There's a symbol of fire here. Okay, and I almost even open on it. Connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection, right? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know about the, you know, the part of the connection that not just twin flame, but any kind of soul connection, or, you know, intimate connection that has that special part of it around the sexual chemistry. And talk about Kundalini. There are tantric practices that are also about opening you up to a more intimate relationship with the divine, with yourself, all of these things. It's not like in any kind of, whichever aspect of it you look at, whichever way you interpret it, it's much more than the physical act. And of course, we also know that the sexual energy, the sacral chakra, is also deeply connected to the creative side, right? It's kind of the same energy. It's how you streamline it, right? How you work with it. So you got a lot of this activated energy right now, divine feminine, and it's up to you to decide how you want to use it, how you want to explore this further. And for some, maybe it's about just being open to going deeper, to going farther, to some new experiments in terms of your sexuality, your passion, your drive. Very interesting. All right, what do we have for the masculines? Just get the card from the middle. Knight. Be brave and honest. I like that. Let's see how quickly I can find this one. Do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there is a position, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you're longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Not this. All right, let's get on with tarot. And I will be using the Light Series deck today. Yay! So good to be back. So good. All right. Let's see what we have. Our 3 questions. 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, there may be a feeling, the immediate reaction of sadness around losing the status quo, losing maybe, you know, some familiar settings, feelings, activities. habits. But this is temporary. 5, the ultimate energy of 5 is that it's the energy of change. It's like the passing energy, and this too shall pass. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is like the opportunity to follow the new spark, you know, new kind of energy, new vibration. So the first question was, what are we completing actually with this portal? In feminines, you have 10 of Swords clarified by 10 of Wands. You know, those are the two less fortunate 10s, but I love that they're both 10s, right? And this just proves my point and what I was talking about at the beginning, that you know, it is about, and even if we color it in a negative connotation, which we easily can, because this is pain, this is burden and suffering, right? What's good about that? But it's also about the lessons that we've learned, the strength and courage and confidence that we've gotten as a result, hopefully, because nothing is given to us as punishment. It's given for learning, for divine alignment, for realizing our potential. And that's what we are supposed to take. But we are finishing the cycles of suffering, of pain, of burden, right? I'm sure you already can think of something. Whatever that surge was, wherever we felt like we're so unlucky, luck is changing. That's the ultimate energy of the Wheel of Fortune. You know, things are turning around. Maybe for some, the pain was pretty physical, right? It was a medical condition you've been struggling with and it was in the way of your life, right? You will see tools to deal with it. It's not necessarily it's going to cure itself overnight, but you will see the way forward, right? You will see the steps. You will find people who can help you in a practical way. Whatever it is, the solution is coming. But it's important to acknowledge that this harder path is now completing. For masculines, we have High Priestess clarified by 3 of Pentacles. For masculines, it's realization of their light worker power. Understanding that they are equally valuable in terms of the doing the work of the divine, you know, about their contribution in this lifetime, equally with the feminine. Because for a while, especially for those connections where the feminine is much further away in their, much further, you know, on the path of their light work and following their mission and purpose, that a lot of times masculines felt left behind, or that they can never catch up, right? Like it's the feminine's pursuit and they are just like this, they have this simple life and it's all that's there for them. But they've learned a lot and they've connected with the divine. They've also seen how this sophisticated connection works between the masculine, the feminine, and the divine, right? And it's helped them see their power and be more in touch with their intuition and with their higher power. But it didn't come easy. And this, again, this cycle of searching for it or trying to figure it out, right? That cycle is finishing. So now that they've had this knowledge, they've gotten new skills, right? They can use them towards something that they can achieve themselves, right? What's on the other side for the feminines? 4 of Pentacles clarified by 5 of Swords. So it will be scary at first, right? It will be like in very new territory where you won't necessarily feel comfortable. You won't feel like it's yours, your tribe, your space, whatever, right? It'll be like, whoa, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be here, right? And maybe you'll want to just like, you know, go into the fetal position and the covers and not get out of bed or something, right? So at first it will be like a shock to the system. But this is part of the learning, part of embracing the new, part of understanding that this new territory is new for a reason, so that you can learn more, or, you know, find people who need you, or they will find you in that space. That's the point. And It's supposed to create more curiosity and even more drive rather than fear. Oof, for masculines, 2 major arcanas. Justice clarified by the Tower. So I think we just were reading that in the night card definition, that justice is coming through, right? Wherever you were looking for justice, divine masculine, it's happening, right? But it's not necessarily, obviously not necessarily going to happen exactly the way you want, right? And karmic rebalancing is one of those where it's like, be careful what you wish for, right? Because the ultimate karmic balance is going into neutrality. And it's not necessarily about punishing, it's not always about rewarding, right? And it has a lot to do with energy. This is where quantum physics comes in, right? And the best thing I could say for divine masculines watching that, you're supposed to stay in your high vibe space, right? As much as you can. And then even the Tower moment is gonna be a lucky surprise, you know? Whoa, I didn't even expect it to turn out this way, right? If you go more into like, into a spiral of feeling like life is unfair or things are not turning out for you, then this could be a hit in the head, for sure, right? Which could still be karmic rebalancing. So if that's a consolation, that there is karmic rebalancing, some karmic debt is being paid. On the other side, it will be repaid and you'll feel lighter because some of that karmic burden will fall off. Yes, it may also mean that things you're used to will fall off as well, hence the Tower moment. But it is divinely guided, so trust the process. And finally, what does it mean, this portal mean for the connection? For the feminine specifically, the Tower, Queen of Swords. Yeah, so feminine finds her strengths in honesty and authenticity, not in going along with what the masculines would like to do or what would keep the masculines close and happy and, you know, just stick around. No, this is about truth being the ultimate value, commodity, treasure, right? And you're not ready to give it up for anything, even for being in the connection. So this like hardcore truth. Following rigorous honesty, I like even better. Living your life with rigorous honesty is really a virtue and a gift, but it may present some unexpected outcomes, which again, in this deck, I actually like the Tower card. I don't think it's gonna be catastrophic. I don't think that it's about losses. But in the moment, at least it will surprise you how your life is changing just by you following that rigorous honesty piece, right? And I know I'm saying just, it's a big deal, but it may not feel like that immediately to your brain, but you'll see through those big changes in your life that it is. And ultimately moving you closer to being ready to union, to being your most authentic version of yourself, which is when the union comes in naturally. I almost feel like this is like that last lap before union for a lot of the feminines. For masculines, we see 2 of Swords, clarified by 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, masculines will have kind of a struggle of what to do next when it comes to the connection. There's still gonna be options. I mean, there always are, right? And they will be still overthinking, like, do I stay single for a while? Do I go for the divine feminine? Do I go for a karmic connection, which I know is going to be easier for me to get into and to be in, right? Like it's not going to be so much hard work, right? So there is still that kind of doubt and overthinking, like I want to do the right thing, at least right now. What am I supposed to do? And masculines will be looking for divine guidance here. So what I'm hearing immediately is that some of these events will definitely kind of propel you into a certain direction. So it's not really going to be a problem. The past will become more obvious. The trick for the brain is that it's not always showing you the end line, right? Like that's behind the corner and you don't know who is waiting for you there. Is it the feminine or is it a different outcome, right? But try to calm your brain. That's again where mindfulness practices come in, so that it doesn't stop you, doesn't prevent you from following that guided path, almost like following inertia, so you don't really have to do much, right? But it's important to stay on that guided path, divinely guided path, so that it takes you to the best possible outcome for you. Okay, I think we're gonna finish here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings.